I'm back. So, I knew I wanted to talk about this, but I guess I didn't really know how to word it, so I've been kind of putting it off because I never really know how to talk about this topic without sounding. I don't even know how I'll be sounding when I be talking about this, but I didn't know what exactly or what direction to go in with it, so I kind of been putting it off. But it's still like a continuation from the last trip, and I don't know. I deal with. I don't even want to say I deal with, but I come across a lot of situations where I'm noticing witchcraft, and one thing that kind of was just like a shocker to me, even from just like the plane ride to my destination, I was just like, immediately I was like, dang, somebody must have prayed over me. Like, I feel covered. Like, I don't feel that witchcrafty, demonic BS that always be taking place. Like, all the way from getting my hair done to being on the plane ride, I was just like, somebody really must have prayed for me for this trip, because I don't feel as much demonic activity as I normally do, depending on, I ain't gonna hold you, it's a principality of the air. So after a certain point in my life, I just started experiencing witchcraft when I started flying. And even if it was taking place before, I didn't notice it, but it was like after a certain trip, I just started noticing it every time. I'm gonna just say more often. But this time I was just like, dang, somebody must have really prayed for me, because like I don't feel none of what I normally be feeling. And I was grateful for it, because like it feels good when you feel your normal, like when you get back to the way the way you supposed to be feeling. Like, demonic oppression is tiresome. Like, nobody wants to feel like that all the time, or be in situations where you feel that all the time. So I was just grateful at the moment where I'm just like, yeah, like I literally feel covered. Like, this is what covered is supposed to feel like. And the first experience when I noticed something a little off, when I was talking to that man on the plane, he said something that was just like, oh yeah, you dibble and dabble in that a little bit, but I how I was thinking about it is like, some people, their culture, they grow up in the culture of that, but that doesn't hold it to them. And how I was thinking about it was like, a lot of people like stereotype Black people with like eating unhealthy. And it's like, just because, that's a stereotype for a culture doesn't mean that there isn't a generation that may have grew up in that lifestyle, but are trying to make the changes to their lifestyle to be better from that. And so when I think about like witchcraft and different cultures, like, that's my thought process in it. It's like, yeah, these people might have been exposed to it, but because they were exposed to it, they know what these things are like firsthand. So for them to like be actively trying to work or walk out their life without that aspect, it's like, I don't hold it against them if I notice like little demonic stuff on them, if that makes sense. Because nobody's perfect. Like, shoot, people probably notice stuff on me, and it's just like, it is what it is. That's what grace is. So I was just like, all right, that's a little funny, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm going to just continue to enjoy this trip and see, what this about. Because, like, I literally asked the Lord, like, what type of trip is this? Is this one of those lessons, or, like, is this, like, just a vacation? And when I got there, I don't know, like, because of how much New York is talked about and how people make it seem like it's just a place for people to kind of, I don't know, like people feel like that's one of them places that's going to change their lives. Like, it might even be just the way it's portrayed, but like when I hear or notice people's reactions to hearing that state, it's just like people are like, to me, it's like an unnatural awe of it. And I say unnatural because like when you hear the people that's from there talk about it, it's like a whole different perspective. So it's just like, I'm pretty sure that's every city, like where somebody's from there, they have a different perspective of being from there than people that visit there. But just like LA, like New York and LA kind of got this stigma for life-changingness of it. And I just I expected witchcraft. I expected demonic activity to be a part of it. Like, I really did. I ain't gonna hold you. But when I got there, it wasn't like that at all. Like, I didn't feel none of that. And that to me was shocking. But what kind of took me, or still got me in a place of like, maybe it's just an advanced stage of it, because I would notice things, but it's like you really couldn't put wording to it. Or like now where I'm saying I can't express how the feeling was. So it's like it could potentially be so cloaked that it doesn't visually or physically seem like it's taking place, but it's taking place without people noticing. I don't feel like that's coming out the way I needed to. So the first thing that kind of threw me off, I expected to see more people. Like, it's New York. So I'm just like, this city, it should be busy. Like, I've been to New York before, and when I was there, it was busy. Like, it was people everywhere. And I'm thinking, like, maybe it's because of where I'm at. Like, I'm not downtown. I'm actually I was in Brooklyn. So I was just like, maybe they city areas or where more people live at isn't as busy as downtown. Like, that would make more sense. But it just didn't feel like that would be normal. Even when you see videos of people walking through their city on different platforms, like, the city still looks busy. And how I tried to kind of downplay it, I'm like, okay, maybe because it's raining, like, it's not as many people outside, because who really wants to be out traveling when it's raining outside? And don't get me wrong, it was more people in like busy areas, like the train station. Like, I would expect it'll be more crowds there, because that's like a transitional hub where everybody is trying to get to where they're going. And even with that, like, the amount of people I saw, I still expected to see like a little bit more than that. Like, there was literally seats. Like, I could sit on the train. Like, I expected it to be like us bunched up and barely able to move, and it wasn't really like that. Like, we had space, it was comfortable. And that's another thing that threw me off, because of, like, granted, it's cameras on the trains, and it may have been like more cameras throughout the train station that I just didn't notice, but it's more surveillance than I thought it would be. And not saying that it's a bad thing or anything, because to be honest, I felt pretty safe out there, which again to me was just like, this New York. Like, not saying I shouldn't feel this safe out here, but this don't feel real. Like, this, I feel like I'm a paid actor in a movie scene. Like, this doesn't seem like the real life of what it's like out here. Like, did they shut the city down just for this experience? Like, what is this? Like, I really don't know how to explain it, but it's it still feel off. Like something just don't feel right. Like looking at the videos of how people reacting to them winning this basketball game is what I expected my experience to be like while I was out there. But it wasn't like that at all. Like all them people, they disappeared. They went in their house and stayed at home until I left. That's what it feel like. Like, cause it just, or I wasn't in New York. Look. No, for real. But like I said before, I felt more safe out there than expected. Like I ain't even gonna hold you. Like it felt like it, I don't know, like somebody made some changes and made the city like they would want the whole US to be like if they could, if that makes sense. Like heavy surveillance, heavy regulations, like not even on a camera type of standpoint, like neighborhood watch type stuff, like people standing outside their homes watching you. Like I don't know, it's just, I think it was the area I was in, but it was off. I'm just like, I'm all for community and people knowing, who stay around them, but it wasn't one of them, this our neighborhood, we just all used to knowing each other. It was more so like, I was hired to watch you. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it really felt off. So another thing I started noticing where I was just like, even trying to explain this, it's going to sound just as crazy as it is. I would literally see people, but then some type of advertisement would come up with these people's face or their likeness in some way. So, like, I ran into a person, and the next thing I saw was like an advertisement poster or like maybe like a digital video or digital advertisement of them on the train. And I was just like, that is so freaking weird. Like, there's no way that I can explain this and not sound crazy. Like, because how do you meet a person one time and then the next thing you see is a whole bunch of digital likeness of them? Like, that is advanced and diabolical. It's wrong to me, but I don't even know how to explain it. So it happened multiple times. Like, there was another person, I was in like an activity, and they had a big personality, so it's like it wasn't hard to miss them. So because of that, like, when I saw another like digital advertisement and it had that person's likeness in it, I was just like, that's not a coincidence. Like, this didn't happen more than once. Like, how advanced is this city? Like, what's really going on? And granted, it happens here, but here, where I'm at right now is full of witchcraft. So I've learned to, not saying I learned to accept it, but that's at some point you get, I don't know why accumulated. It's not accumulated. Accustomed is close to it, but that's not really even the word I'm trying to use. But simulated? Oh, no. It's so you get used to what's been going on to the point where it's just normal. Like, that's what this is. That's what y'all about. Like, y'all not gonna change, so let me just adjust how I maneuver myself through these situations, because this what y'all used to and this what y'all do. So when I got there, I kind of expected how it is here to be there, but there it's a little advanced where it's like a cloak over it taking place. So when you try to discuss it, because like you've literally experienced these things, it's hard to explain it because it's cloaked. It's cloaked. That's the only way I can say it. It's cloaked. Even coming down to like encountering like that Jezebel spirit. So like when I got to where I was staying, I could already feel uneasiness with like the host of my Airbnb. But I wasn't, it's an Airbnb. So normally you don't really interact with your Airbnb host. So I wasn't thinking too much into it. I'm just like, once I get into where I'm staying, like all of that don't really matter. But like the host wanted to, so first of all, there was cameras in the Airbnb. And to me, that's off. Like that, I'm not used to Airbnbs having cameras. And granted, I know it's like that's your property and you want to keep the safety of your property. So I understand that. But like I said, most hosts aren't like that interactive with the people that stay in that Airbnb. So that already was a red flag. And again, I'm just like, we just gonna roll with the punches and let's go with the flow of this and see how things go. And so our I don't want to say our spirits was clashing, but our communication styles were clashing with each other. Like that controlling spirit wanting you to do things exactly how they want you to do is hard for somebody who's so independent. It's just like, girl, I'm grown. Like, I understand this your place, but I still pay my money to stay here. So it's just like, I'm trying to be respectful, but then again, I'm not used to no host being that interactive. You know what I mean? So what already kind of threw me off was like, I'm not used to sage, so I'm assuming that's what it was when I walked in the house, because like when I tell you, it choked me. And the first thing I thought about, because, people that use that, they use it because they feel like it's warding off bad spirits or something like that. And my first thought process was like, dang, like what spirit inside of me got me choked up from whatever, they thought process. So I'm just like, what spirit in me is this sage trying to choke out? But granted, like smokes like that, automatically I have allergies, so that's normal. So plus she was blowing leaves outside while I was walking up. Like I literally have allergies, so it was just a combination of stuff. But just being funny, I was laughing to myself about that. So I prayed about it and kept going on about it. And what was the blessing in it is like, we didn't really have to interact after that. Like we still interacted towards the end of me leaving, but like we didn't really much have to interact with each other, which how it should be. Like most Airbnbs you don't. So that was off. And because it was raining, like once that sage smell kind of died down a bit, like I could smell a cat. And again, I got allergies, so my senses on stuff that, I'm allergic to be heightened. And I smelled the cat, and I was just like, it smelled like it's got to be a cat somewhere nearby. Man, I think it was like the second day I was there, the cat it sounded like it was saying hello, like it was calling out. Like, and I was just like, I've heard people talk about cats talking, but again, like I don't be paying too much attention to stuff like I listen, but I don't be in too deep, because like I don't be in too deep with that stuff. Like I would rather not be, so I don't, but I listen because like it's interesting. So when the cat started saying hello, I was just like, you know what, Lord, if if this is demonic, like, get that cat up out of here. Don't let's stop this now. And the cat stopped. But I guess I done left a bad taste in this cat mouth, because the cat pooped on the floor in front of the door and peed in the sink. And I'm just like, I was upset because, like, I left the door open to the room thinking, like, the cat wouldn't come into where I was staying at, because it's an Airbnb. Like, why is your cat in the Airbnb, bro? Like, so after that point, I just kept closing, like, majority of where I was at. Like, I stayed in the room a majority of the time unless I was leaving. So I kept the door to the room closed, and one night I'm in the room and I hear the cat calling again in the living room. I'm like, ain't no way. This cat sound like a person. Like, it sound like somebody talking. Like, how does cat sound so human? Like, I'm not used to that. But I'm just like, I'm going to let it go. It ain't that deep. Like, it ain't that deep to me. But I noticed when I would drink, taking the trains would be a lot harder. Like, I would, like I said, maps is dope. So it show you exactly where to go, and it tell you, like, which trains to go on, and, like, you literally got the signs in the subway stations telling you where to go. So a little sip of a drink shouldn't do that much. Like, I don't drink that much, but I ain't that much of a lightweight either, right? So once I noticed that, like, things were altering a little too much too quickly off of just, like, sipping on a drink, it was just like, nah, let me get up out this subway and go up and try the buses, or I'll walk. And it's weird because, like, it literally was a shift. There was a difference between being, I don't want to say under the influence or intoxicated, because it really wasn't that much alcohol. But the difference from having a drink in my system being underground compared to being above ground was drastically different. Like, not even subtly, like, not even, like, maybe you off a little bit because you don't notice it, like, how these trains work. It was like, this my territory, I'ma mess with you because I can. Like, it was off. So, like, anytime I started feeling like that, I just went above ground, and I would figure out how to get to wherever I was trying to get to above ground. And I'm just like, yeah, some off with that. Like, I ain't even drank like that for things to be like this. Like, that's way too off. And again, it was subtle. So, like, not saying that what I just said, I'm saying, like, that whole, when I'm trying to explain, like, the cloakedness of it, like, unless you know, you wouldn't know. Like, unless you know yourself, like, you really got to know, like, how you are in certain situations to realize things that were taking place there. Because, like, I the best way I could put it, like, it's cloaked. Like, you wouldn't know it's taking place unless you know stuff like that. Even the rain didn't make sense, bro. Like, literally, the week before, when I looked the week before, it was supposed to be warmer, and it was dry. Like, it was only supposed to rain on Sundays. So even the rain coming out of nowhere didn't even make sense. But like I said, it's something more spiritual going on there, because, like, even when I was riding back, like, they had church music on the radio, and it wasn't like no, I want to say, like, out of formality, we playing these songs because these are the songs people know for church songs. It was like, it sound youthful. It sound like new artists. It sound advanced. Like, even though, like, the witchcraftness was advanced, like, you could tell the Christian aspect or the godliness was advanced too. So I don't like even from the beginning, how I said I felt covered going there, while I was there, it was still like this coveredness of basically how I feel like America got going on right now. Like, granted, it's so much demonic stuff taking place. There's still those true Christians in here keeping that covering, able to do what it's supposed to be doing, because like, even though people try to mock it and don't feel like what we believe in is real, like, once you experience it, you know it is. And once you see like that difference, or I don't even want to say the fight between the two, it's like you can tell when God's present. And God's present there, even though the demonic is advanced there. So it's like they may be ahead, but God even more ahead. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's somebody else out there that know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, like I said, I ain't even know how to express this or even put this out there. But I do feel like that's like a testing ground for that whole that surveillance stuff. Like, granted, it's already taking place in a lot of places. Like, even here, like I said, like, I don't know, I feel like it's different hubs in different areas to see how people react to it. And they're like, not saying that, from the experience that I saw, it looked like they accepted it a lot more quickly than expected. And not saying like go rebel and do this, that, and another. It's just seeing how accepted people were with that type of advancement. Just wasn't, it's still, like I said, the place didn't feel real. Like, something was definitely off. Something was off. But like always, I'm grateful to be back home in my space and actually truly covered. Like I said, that is an underrated blessing. And I actually hate how okay with witchcraft and demonicness they are with here. But like I said, like, there's true Christians out there that are out there really warring in the spirit, and you could feel it. Like, you can literally feel it when it's needed, if that makes sense. So yeah, all I can say is, if God placed something on you to take it serious, because you don't know who you helping in the spirit. Like, you don't know what you warding off or keeping held back, or even just bringing to the light. But beyond that, like, the people that's y'all doing that weird stuff to be famous, that's off too. Like, I don't know what y'all on, but don't use me. Like, I don't know, that's weird to me. Like, I don't feel like that's selling your likeness, but that's a little off. Like, do y'all get paid for that? That's weird. Like, it ain't even you, it's your likeness, it's not you. Like, that to me is weird. Like, granted, if it was you physically, you, the person that I met in front of the camera or in the advertisement, it'll be like, oh, okay, cool, like, I met them. But it's like, it's your likeness. That's weird. Like, I don't care if that's advancement or that's technology or that's where we going. That's weird. That's your likeness. Like, if anything, let it be you. Let you get the whatever you trying to advance to from it, not your likeness. I don't know. That's strange to me. I don't know how else to put it, but that's not where we should be going. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all for now. Take what you want from that. And yeah, until next time.